Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm gonna be reviewing Star Wars Dark Empire. This was written in 1991 by Tom Veitch. Artwork is by Cam Kennedy. I'm familiar with him through his Judge Dredd stuff. And this was, from what I hear, I believe it's Dark Horse's first Star Wars story arc. For whatever reason, Marvel used to have the rights, and for whatever reason, Dark Horse got a hold of them. So the first story arc they wrote, as far as I know, was the Dark Empire. So there's some pressure that comes along with that. What are they gonna do with the licensed property? Can they maintain its respectability or whatever? So I thought, I want to dip into the Star Wars universe a little, see how I like it, and I thought this would be a good place to start right there. So let's get to the review. I'm gonna try not to spoil too much of the basic story. So I'm gonna give you the plot. Is Luke Skywalker is kind of like corrupted by the dark side. This is a six-issue story arc, and right away in the first half of the book of the first issue, we're introduced to the big bad, which is this was pretty cool. It was Emperor Palpatine. Turns out he's not dead; he's still alive. When you see him on the panel pop out for the first time, you're like, "Oh shit!" Like that was pretty bad. That was cool. I was pumped up for it. I was like, "Damn, he didn't die." I like to see what they do here with him. What's their explanation for him still being alive? So, what it was is he has these clones. So he's like an entity. He could jump from body to body. So he builds a bunch of clone bodies that he could just jump into when one gets too old, hop onto the next. Thought that was cool. It's a solid explanation. And it was exciting to see him, but I felt they should have waited a little, like build up to it, maybe do it in the second issue, reveal them. They revealed them pretty early on in the story, in the beginning, like halfway through the first issue. So I thought that they could have dragged that out a little bit to maybe to a second issue. That's one thing. My main problem with the story was the pacing, because then there was also, once he's introduced to Palpatine and he realizes he can't beat him. Palpatine's like, "You can never beat me," and this and that. And he's offering him to come to the dark side, like his father Darth Vader did. And Luke decides the only way I could defeat the dark side is to know their tricks and their weaknesses and so forth. So then the only way to find all that out is if I become part of it to find out how they work. So he does it, and he gets kind of like cocky, like I'm pretty sure I can resist it. I won't be corrupted, and I'll make it back out. So that's Luke Skywalker from in the movies. What I seen, he's not normally like a cocky guy. So here he's like maybe just real sure of himself. So anyway, that's what happens, and there's a powerful panel right there where you just see him kneeling down saying, "Yes, I'll come to the dark side." I was like, damn. So they did all that. I felt they did all that kind of early and on in the story. So once he's on the dark side, there's no build up to him giving in or anything. He just gives in right away, which was, that's like I said, that was a problem. I thought that it should have dragged it on a little before he decided that. And the artwork by Cam Kennedy, looking at it, I keep thinking Judge Dredd. And another thing I didn't like was the colors, because they kept doing a lot of like two and three color tones, two and three colors on the panels. Like I would have liked that they had more colors to them. It's kind of, I don't know. I guess they were going for a certain type of feel, which wasn't my thing. But I like the pencils by Kennedy. That was cool. Now for like two issues, we have Han Solo and Princess Leia. Like Princess Leia, she's kind of getting her Jedi mind powers are starting to evolve or whatever. And she has a vision, and she's like, Luke Skywalker's in trouble. He's being corrupted by the dark side. So her and Han Solo, they go look for him to try to save him. And you have like two full issues where it's just them getting from point A to point B from where they're at to go find him and get him. So in these two issues, they have some action scenes, they're shooting, having shootouts, stuff like that. But wow, like I was like, I have found myself at times being like, wow, like we're still doing this, right? We're still on the journey there. They still haven't got there. Thought that could have got done in one issue. I thought they dragged that out way too long. And another spoiler here, Boba Fett appears. That was pretty cool. You see him pop up, and he's there trying to stop them because he's a bounty hunter and they're wanted. And I was like, so this is basically why they dragged out for 2 issues, because they wanted to bring up Boba Fett, which he did nothing in the story. He just appears for like a page, and he's done. But it's basically to let you know he will be included in this universe. He didn't really die like how they say in the movie or whatever, because you know he has a big fan base, so you're gonna want to use that character. So you gotta find some excuse to have him around. Basically, is how it came off. Now the whole thing with Luke Skywalker joining the dark side and so forth. I know that's it's been done with Vader, but I thought it was cool. It's kind of a rehashing of a story we've seen, but with a different character that has a different personality, different he has different priorities. So he's put in the same situation, but it's not necessarily the same story because it's like how would this different character react being in the same situation. You feel me? So that's where the real story comes in. That's what makes it interesting. Like, what would he do? How many times have you not seen a story by one character and you tell yourself, "Oh, this story would have been cool if so and so would have been on it. How would he have done?" You know. So this is what we get here, and the outcome is different. The story is different. It's just the basic plot is kind of the same, but the character itself is a different character and goes about it in a different way. So that's something I really enjoyed on this. That was the main thing of the story, and we were introduced to these things called holocrons as well. And another cool thing is you have an awesome final showdown with Emperor Palpatine and Luke Skywalker. Well, before the final showdown, they meet up twice, and one at a time, Luke Skywalker knows if I beat him, he's gonna keep jumping onto these clone bodies. He's gonna live forever. So he does a smart thing, like in Conan, he's just smashing all the clone bodies, destroying them all, and making sure Palpatine can't be hopping onto other bodies because they're all destroyed, right? So I thought that was smart on Luke Skywalker's part. That was a cool fight scene. I give Cam Kennedy props. He really, made it happen. It really didn't even need dialogue in those few panels or pages or whatever it was, because the action spoke for itself. It didn't just speak; it screamed. It screamed, and it was it was good, and it was a satisfying ending. I'm not gonna give everything away. I gave already enough away as it is, but I would say recommend. I would recommend this. I would say check it out, read it. Good story. It turns out Luke Skywalker's not exactly the Jedi Emperor Palpatine is looking for, anyways. It wasn't even Skywalker. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yeah, check it out. It's a good story. I was digging it. I would give this like a 8 out of 10. And you gotta remember, this was written in 1991, so it's pretty good considering for its era, for its time, what was going on at that time. It was I think it was one of the stronger storylines. And well, yeah, that's about all I gotta say. And check you guys out next time.